Shalom, shalom. It's your brother Kashakwala coming back at you with another lesson, giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rachakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying through the Spirit. But I wanted to make a lesson on counting the cost and how in the beginning of this, before when you got the truth, you really had to sit, as long as you go through your walk, you had to really ponder to yourself if this was something that you can bear or handle or whatnot. All right, and that's just simply called counting the cost. All right, and more day by day, as we see the prophecies unfolding, counting the cost is really coming to pass. Like what you said, you was gonna do, now it's really gonna be thrown in your face. Did you really count the cost? You see what I'm saying? And those who didn't really count the cost will be exposed, and those who did count will also be exposed in a different light. You see what I'm saying? So let me read Micah 7:9 real quick first. It says, I will bear the indignation of the Lord. Now, right there in itself, that sentence right there says, I will bear the indignation of the Lord. That's counting the cost. That's a form of counting the cost. Saying, I will bear the indignation, meaning like I will go through it. I'm willing to do it. I want to do it. I thought about what could befall me in the latter end, and I'm willing to do it. All right, and that also right there is an understanding of the things you may have done in the past that you might have to take account for or pay for in the day of judgment. Okay, and you never know, your judgment could be light, but you still bear the indignation and you counted the cost. And Bishop Tazawam last night did a great video on let things settle in your spirit. All right. I watched this one dude on Instagram. His name's Country Wayne, a little comedian, whatever, trying to, want to come up. He always says, let that sizzle in your spirit, meaning meditate on it. Selah. So it says, Micah 7:9, I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. All right, so let's go back to Luke 14:25. And it says, and there went great multitudes with him, and he turned and said unto them. Now this is Yahweh Shai. All right, if any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yeah, in his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. Okay? No. Caveat. No, you don't just go around to your mom and dad and be like, I fucking hate you. Alright? You still have to obey part of the Ten Commandments, honor thy father and mother. If you got a wife, you don't just walk around saying, I hate you. Okay? If you have seed, you know. Okay? But the point of the matter is, you gotta put things aside. It's called self-denial. Alright? The mission comes first. Like Yahweh Shai said in the book of John, I'm about my father's business, and that's the business that you have to be about. Okay? Luke 14:26 is just you simply saying to those individuals, I'm about my father's business. Okay? The business that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has me doing comes before all. Simple, plain as that. And me trying to be a disciple of Yahweh Shai, things have to come second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, so on and so forth. Okay? That's all. That's the caveat. Caveat meaning message, like warning. Like, don't go see like an unwise or a lack of understanding individual will go around saying, I hate you. And da-da-da-da-da-da. No. You just got to put it on the back burner. All right? Because at the end of the day, you doing this could possibly save their life too. You see? It says, in his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. Correct. So a disciple is someone who follows an individual. I'm curious. Um, I'm curious what that word hate means. Messio. It says hate, pursue with hatred, detest, be hated, detested. It says to love less. Okay, that's pretty good, because you had a certain connection that you had to. It's like almost cut it. That's the best way to describe it, through the spirit. Hopefully, it's understandable. Okay, when a child's in the womb and it hits its month to go ahead and be delivered, it's connected to the mother. But what do you have to cut off? The umbilical cord. All right, so it's not fully connected, but yeah, of course, they still have love for one another. So you have to cut the umbilical cord off of everything else that you were connected to before you got into the truth. All right, and love it a little bit less. All right, yes, ain't nothing wrong. Love your woman, love your children. All right, but the umbilical cord is cutting that word in out of it, meaning in love with a woman, in love with these things, in love with that, in love with this. You just love it now. You see what I'm saying? Have love for it. In that nature, you cut the umbilical cord. All right. So let's go back. It says, verse 27, and whosoever doth not bear his cross that come after me cannot be my disciple. Now, I love going into that word cross because it means self-denial. All right. So in the Greek, staruos, if I'm saying that correctly, says a cross, but I want to get to the point of the matter right here. It says self-denial. All right. To self-deny yourself, meaning get that ego out the way, man. All right. So it said whosoever doth not bear his cross. So whoever doesn't deny themselves. All right. And come after me cannot be my. So if you don't cannot be my disciple. If you don't deny yourself, man, get over yourself, bro. Like, chill, bro. You ain't too much of nothing. All right. You're a worm. You can't be a follower because you think you got it all. And that's just not the case. You need help. And a disciple is an individual who follows somebody who can help them. All right. So verse 28, it says, for which of you intend to build a tower, sitteth not down first, okay, and counteth the cost. Exactly. So it's like architecture. You think they just, some of these prominent buildings that we know about, example, the Empire State Building. You think they just built that off the rip? No, they sat down, they contemplated, they got the blueprint or the fine print, drew out the certain architecture, how it was gonna look, the design, the dimensions of it, and all that stuff. Probably did some computer generating shit. Probably not, because it was built, whatever. But you see what I'm saying? They didn't just, go for it. They actually sat down and counted the cost of that certain particular building. It's the same thing with the truth. So it says, for which of you intending to build a tower, in this case, we intend to build the house of David spiritually. All right. Sitteth not down first and counted the cost. Exactly. The sitting down is actually reading the scripts on how, or the blue fine print on how to build the kingdom of David, the house of David. You see? Because it's spiritual now. And the scripts give you the guidelines and the blueprint and the architecture or whatnot and how to put your hand to the plow. But you have to sit there and count the cost. Well, I'm willing to do that and that. You check the list off. And if you say it's 10 things that you have to check off, if one of them's not checked, then you're not fit for the job. You can't have 9 out of 10. You got to be 10 out of 10. Simple. All right. That's counting the cost, whether you're willing and able to go through it and to do it. Because we're actually coming into a time where people say, hey, yeah, I counted the cost. Well, the Lord's going to put you up to that word that you said. All right. Just simply being in the truth and pushing the word and being out in the camp is an answer to the Lord that you've counted the cost. All right. It says whether he have sufficient to finish it. Exactly. Like, do I have enough willpower, fortitude, or want to finish the race, to finish the building of this, to finish whatever. All right. You have to actually sit down and, like, Bishop said, let this thing settle in you. Let it sizzle in your spirit. Okay? You have to actually be prepared for what's to come. All right? This scripture, again, is being proactive. All right? Being proactive because you understand the actions that are about to proceed and that are about to come onto you. All right? So I just wanted to make that lesson, just, hey, sit back again, self-analyze, and count the cost. All right, just you count the cost every day. Real talk. Just continue to do it, and pray that the Lord gives you the spirit to endure. So I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruits, to Brother Kachakwala. Till next time, we'll say shalom.